Produced by Malik.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Malik at Malik's Water Garden. It's Saturday, the 25th of January 2020, and you are here tuned in to Malik's Water Garden. And this is part 2 of the Epic Fish Room Tour of the 2020 Epic Fish Room Tour series. This is the second part, and it's only going to have 2 parts. So this part is going to have all of my Dyna shrimp tanks and some of the fish that you did not see in the last video. We are almost at 200 subscribers. Right now we're at 191 subscribers. So let's get to 200 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. And the last video got over 20 likes. So let's make sure this video gets 25 more likes. So let's everybody hit the like button so this video gets at least 25 likes. Let's make sure this video gets 25 plus likes. And everybody subscribe if you haven't, and hit the notification, and let's make sure we get up to 200 subscribers today. So without further ado, let's get to the tour. Stay tuned till the end. You're gonna see some fish you haven't seen before, some of the new fish I'm working with. So the first tank you're seeing is a Dynamix breeding tank. This houses all types of red Dynamix shrimp, including Thai bees, Thai bees, crystal reds, fancy red tigers, red King Kongs, wine reds, all types. So mostly I have it started with fancy red tigers and Thai bee culls, and it's been putting out all different types of shrimp, including high grade crystal reds and lots of red King Kongs. I'll show you guys that in the next video. I have quite a bit of black King Kongs as well. All of those come from this tank. It's a 20-gallon tall. It has ADA aqua soil. It has been set up for 2 years. It does not have CO2. I do not dose this with any fertilizer. All these red plants you're seeing in here is growing like wild. I trim this pretty regularly, and I harvest quite a bit of shrimp out of this tank. Several hundred shrimp a month is pretty normal for me to harvest out of this tank. So I will put up a video at some point in this month or in February on what I do to take care of my shrimp, and how I breed them, and also their feeding and all that stuff, and how I make the water for them and for their tanks. And so please stay tuned for that, and also go and check out the video that's on the playlist. I'll put a link here of me taking 500 shrimp out of these 2 tanks to the pet store. The next tank we're going to look at is my black Dynamix tank. This houses a lot of black Dynamix shrimp, as well as my red ruby tetra group. There's about 16 of them. There's some b-roll footage. There's one in the middle of the screen. It's really hard to film these guys, but I did do my best to get some b-roll footage. And also it's at 75% of the speed, so you can actually see them a bit better. You will see another one coming up into the middle of the screen in a few seconds. They're a gorgeous little fish, but I rarely get to see them. I am trying to breed them and hoping to get some spawns out of these guys, and I think they are spawning in this tank, so we are going to keep an eye on that. There's no other fish except these guys, and also some autosynchronous catfish, which do not seem to bother any types of fish eggs, so I'm not worried about that. Aside from that, there are black Dynamix shrimp in this tank. There's all kinds of Dynamix mixes. These are all Michelins. There's black King Kongs that come out of this, extreme black King Kongs, super fancy black tigers, regular crystal blacks, all of that come out of this tank. And I pull out about 200 shrimp out of this tank to 250 shrimp every month to month and a half. Look at the nice little red crystal right there, really nice. But so all of these are born in this tank, and from the same black parents. I'm trying to like separate them a little bit more, but I'm not too worried because they're all from the same group, original group. So they're all producing a lot of shrimp for me, and I'm very happy with it. They both these tanks are 20-gallon tall, and they both have ADA aqua soil as a substrate. They've been set up for, this one's set up for a little bit under a year, and the one beside it is exactly 2 years. This one's set up a little bit under 2 years, so about 23 months or 22 months, and the other one is that you're seeing right now is about exactly 24 months. And I've had exceptional growth with the AD aqua soil, and have really good luck with my shrimp, and everything's doing really well, so I'm really happy with it. I'll just pan out right now to show you guys how both tanks look and to give you an idea of where it is in the room, and also like how they look from a distance when I stand back and look at them. So this is my view of these tanks every time I come to feed these shrimp tanks. And there's a tank missing there that I have to bring in and there's a 25-gallon tall that's supposed to go where you just saw the empty space, and then beside is another 25-gallon tall aquarium, which is 24 inches by 12 by 24. The next set of tanks you're gonna see are my other Dyna shrimp tanks. There's 4 of them on this first row, and there's space for 4 more on the bottom row with 2 tanks in there. There's actually 3, but 2 are set up, and at the time I recorded the video, only 2 of the tanks were in there. So the bottom row has 2 tanks, but the 3rd one being set up right now, and a 4th one that is going in the next couple of days. And the top row has, I think, 6 tanks that are between 5.5 to 2.5 gallons. And so you're seeing variety of different Dyna shrimp. All the substrate in here is special substrate that buffers the pH and brings the pH down to 5.0. The pH in these tanks are about 4.5 to 5.0. And these are the buckets I use to sort out all my shrimp before I take them to stores. I actually sell about 500 shrimp every 6 weeks or so to various pet stores located around the city. So if you are in the Greater Toronto area, please comment below and let me know that you want to pick up shrimp, and I can either meet you and sell you some myself or direct you to a store that carries my shrimp. The next tank you're seeing is some B-roll footage of my Celestial Pearl Danios. So these are CPD or Celestial Pearl Danios. I'll put their scientific name down below as well. These are my breeding colony. These guys are over 2 years old. These are my little fish that have made me several $1,000s over the last 24 months. I've been breeding them for several years now, and they produce like there's no tomorrow. And these guys sell for about $6 each, and I get a considerable portion of that even when I sell them at wholesale to a pet store. So you will see some B-roll footage of some of the fry. You did see these guys in the tank beside it. That tank is now full of hundreds and hundreds of fry. There's probably close to 500, over 500, and close to 1,000 fry in there right now. It's a 3-foot 37-gallon tank, and I'm gonna try and grow out as many of those as possible. Usually I get a good survival rate of several hundred, so depending on the method, or depending on how frequently I feed them. You can see some of the fry right now. This is some of the footage of the fry. I will make a video of these guys and a complete how to breed series of Celestial Pearl Danios. These guys are a care species, which means they are extinct in the wild, but there is a very thriving captive population. So I highly recommend, if you are keeping these, to also breed them. They're very easy to breed. So I will put up a video pretty soon showing how I breed them and the whole process and what type of food I use, how to grow them out, all that. So stay tuned for that. And if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel so when that gets uploaded, you get notified when that happens. Next up is the last tank on the tour, which is my rainbow shiner tank. These fish are Neotropis chrosomus. So they're a US native fish. They're gorgeous. This video is actually how they look almost on a day-to-day basis. The ones you see with the iridescence are the males. I slowed it down to 50% of the speed so you can actually see the fish. They're quite fast but quite beautiful, like pink, green, blue, orangish, red, shining, gorgeous. And the ones that are fired up more are the males, and the less colored up ones are the females, although they do also have the same iridescence. They just don't get as fired up. I am going to spawn these guys in the future, in hopefully this year, just because of how they look, and they are commercially valuable species. They go for about $8 each to $10 each, and very gorgeous fish, and US native fish. So you do not need a heater to keep these guys in the tank. And for tank mates, they are living with the Sevilla loaches, Sevilla lineolata. So these are the reticulated or tiger Hillstrom loach. I have 10 of these guys. I will try to put some more B-roll footage in here so you can see them. There's one at the bottom of the screen. You can see it on the rock pile. I am going to breed these guys as well. This is their breeding setup. They are all in this tank together right now, but at some point the Hillstrom loaches will stay in here while the rainbow shiners will get moved into their own tank to breed. But essentially both of these fish breed the same way. They just go onto these rock piles and they lay all their eggs, and all you have to really do is remove the parents in the case of the rainbow shiners, and in the case of these Sevilla loaches, you just leave the rock pile and you feed them heavily, and then after a few months fry will start emerging from the rock pile. Here's some more B-roll footage of the rainbow shiners. Video does not do them justice. I try to get them from a proper angle so you can actually see them. This is when they're colored up. It's just first thing in the morning when the lights come on, or in the evening actually. In the case of my fish room, the lights come on in the evening at 7 p.m. and this is right at 7:05. They're colored up looking for food, and they were spawning right before the lights came on, and they were spawning even when I started filming. But when they saw me, they came up to the front thinking that I'm gonna feed them. There are 20 of these guys in here and 10 Sevilla loaches, and I'm really excited to get them going, so stay tuned. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to that down below. I am going to make a video especially for these guys, explaining how I keep them, what temperature I keep them at, and how to spawn them and all that good stuff. So stay tuned and hit the subscription button and hit the notification icon so you get updated when that video gets uploaded, as well as other videos. Here are some more B-roll footage of the Sevilla loaches. So this is the end of the fish room tour. These guys are just gorgeous fish. I'm so excited to get them in the fish room. I am gonna get a few more species of Sevilla. They require lower temperature than your regular fish, so this tank is at about 73 degrees. So if you do not have a heated tank, or if you have a room that is quite cold and you don't want to spend a lot of money on heating that one particular tank because the room itself is colder, these are great fish. Both of these fish are very good for cold water tanks. So they can tolerate anywhere from 60 degrees all the way up to 75, but I would not push them above 75 just for long term. I have had quite a bit of deaths with the Hillstrom, not the Hillstroms, but the rainbow shiners, where the temperature went up above 75 degrees for a long period of time. This is another tank. I just wanted to get some B-roll footage for you guys. These are some of the fish I bought the other day. So some pork chop rasboras, my adult male Congo Tetris. So these guys are getting conditioned to spawn. They're just in here. And Cochin blue tetras, that the leftovers from the other tank, I had to move them over because they weren't doing too well at 83 to 84 degrees Fahrenheit, so I had to move them over. So this is their temporary housing right now. This tank is at about 81 degrees. I just put this in here so you guys can see the fish. They're just gorgeous. That's that. And as always, I thank you for your support. Thank you for watching the video this far. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, and if you like this type of content, please hit the like button below, and please hit the notification icon on the subscription button so you get updated when new videos get uploaded. And as always, I thank you for your support. I love you all. Thank you for watching the video this far, and you guys are awesome. Let's get the channel to 200 subscribers and more, so please subscribe, and let's get more than 25 likes on this video. So if you haven't liked this video yet, please hit the like button, and let's get 25 plus likes on this video. As always, I thank you for your support. I love you all. I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless.